Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video for you guys, and today's video is actually going to be my January results video. I am happy with the way that my finances went in January. There was, I believe, one major unbudgeted amount, but aside from that, I think I did pretty well this month. As you guys know, I started my whole debt payoff plan and I made a whole video about that, so go ahead and check it out if you guys have not. But as I mentioned in there, you guys have probably seen this because I think I got my February week 1 check-in video where I go ahead and set up my whole weekly check-in page, which this is what the January one looks like. So go ahead and check that out if you guys have not. But as you guys know, I have started a new method, which is the cash envelope method, and go ahead and check that video out to see how it is that I'm liking that method. So I am sort of transitioning into more strict budgeting as of February, and that's good because like I said, I want to go ahead and save as much money so I can go ahead and pay my debt off as soon as I can. Obviously, it's not going to be from one day to another because I do have quite a bit of debt. I know a lot of you guys have told me that you guys have an even bigger amount of debt, and you've just given me a lot of encouraging messages. So thank you so much to everybody who's been very, very encouraging. I truly appreciate it. So for this week, okay, so I went ahead and brought back the little compliment card, which has my key. So you guys can see these are the stickers that I use, and I've been talking about these, but if this is your first video watching for me, I do use Planner Kate stickers. These are just her budgeting stickers, but like I mentioned, once I run out of those, I think I might just make myself some. But yeah, so the last week that we're looking at is going to be, as you guys can see, from the 27th until the 31st. So it's all of this week, so all these 5 days, and as you guys can see, I do have quite a bit of entries that I can go ahead and enter. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into my week 5 check-in. As you guys can see, these are the amounts that I have remaining from the last week. So we have this for eating out, this for gas, shopping, and as you guys can see, we were over by 110 in my unbudgeted category, which if you guys would have seen my week 3 check-in, you guys would know why. So for eating out, I actually do have a couple of entries. So I have 3. I have Target when I went with my boyfriend Paul, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. That is $14.85 plus Chick-fil-A. That was $7.92, and I actually got that right after I went to a planner meetup. If you guys have been watching my plan with me, I talked about how I was going to go to a planner meetup, and I really enjoyed it. I'm actually going to be going to different events that planner meetup holds, so I'm super excited. I've met some really nice people, and I can't wait to meet even more people. So that was that day, and then I went to Target, and that was $11.57. So my total for my food expenses, or as I have it here, eating out, is $34.34. So we have $34.34, and as you guys can see, I had $58.92 left over from last week. So I am actually $58.98, sorry. So I am actually under by $24.64, which is super good. So $24.64. Now moving on to gas, I had, like I mentioned, $28.93, and I'm going to go ahead and check off these entries that I've already tracked. So I'm just going to go ahead and check these off. And as you guys can see, on Thursday, I did pump gas, the little blue sticker. As you guys can see, blue means gas, and that was $27.17. As you guys can see, I really try to keep it a lower amount than what I had, just because I didn't want to go over budget, and it was by the end of the month anyways, so that was really good that I could pump gas and had some money left over to do so by the end of the month. So like I mentioned, that was $27.17. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract the $28.93 minus $27.17, and that means that I was under $1.76, which is great. Next, I had $4.36 for my shopping category, and all of my shopping entries are with this purple sticker. I actually did pay my Spotify bill, if you guys are wondering, so let me just check that off. So the only shopping that I had for this day was for my iTunes. I believe this is for my storage. This is for storage that I pay for my iCloud. So that was 99 cents, which is not a lot, but it definitely was worth having those $4.36 there. So like I mentioned, it was only 99 cents. So that means that I have $3.37 left over. And then I didn't spend anything for unbudgeted. As you guys can see, the only unbudgeted item that I have this whole month is this one right here. I know. So I didn't spend anything this month, but I was already over, so I'm going to go ahead and put that I was still over 110. So as you guys can see, I did pretty good in all of my categories, except of course unbudgeted, but that's honestly okay. I don't like to beat myself up for things, especially things that I can't stop from happening. Like I mentioned in my week 3 video, it was for car maintenance, so that was something that I definitely needed to get done to my car, and I'm not going to go ahead and beat myself up over something that my car needs for it to run better if I need to do it. Let's say if it was something else like buying myself something, then I totally understand. I would not let that happen, but it's something that I actually needed, and you guys have to realize that these expenses are going to come at you whether you want them or not. I've already talked about this. Sometimes you just don't budget for them in the beginning of the month, but these things are going to go ahead and happen to you, and you can't really do anything about it but really just deal with it and see how you can go ahead and change your budget for next time. So as always, I always say that this is a learning experience for me, the whole budgeting system, my whole spending, and how it is that I utilize my money, which is why I like the weekly check-in so much, because I can go ahead and see every single week how much it is that I have left over for the month and can take account of that. Whereas if I didn't do the weekly check-in, I would probably either be wasting a lot more money or spend the money that I budgeted for by like the second week. So that's why I like the weekly check-in. So next I am going to go ahead and show you guys what I usually do during my weekly check-ins, which are my sinking funds and my variable income spending. So this is what my sinking funds page looks like, and this is just at the end of the month. So as you guys can see, I didn't add any more expenses, but I wanted to go ahead and finish totaling these up. So I never even did the start. Can you guys believe that? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just do everything on camera for you guys. So I'm just adding the starting amount. Sorry, my camera turned off there. So I did go ahead and add what I was going to go ahead and add for my sinking fund. So that was $210. And the last thing that I do have to put is my Valentine's Day expense. So I did spend, like you guys can see right here on my transaction log, I spent $12.12. So I had 50 minus 12.12. So that means I have $37.88 left over, and for the rest of the categories I can just go ahead and add them because I didn't make any transactions for them. So the ending of this is $100. Then for this one it is $25. Then this one is $200. I can go ahead and just make a dash here because I didn't do anything. And like I've always mentioned, I don't really know what to put on the note sections for each one of them. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it blank. I think that's okay. So now I just want to go ahead and add the rest. So what I spent, 40, 143, and 12.12. So I spent 195.12, and my ending is going to be 225, 200, 37.88. It's going to be $364.88. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and bring to my sinking funds for the month of February. I sort of already knew all of these numbers just because I know sort of by the end of the month if I am going to be using any of the money for my sinking funds or not, because these are things that I save for that I know when they're due, basically. So, well, not so much the medical or the new car. Those are just, I'm just racking up for, but yeah, so like things like car insurance, I know I have to pay that, I believe, every 3 months now. And then my car maintenance, I just go ahead and put a little bit of money, and usually I end up exceeding that amount. Also, for my car tags, I'm not going to have to pay that until next year, so I'm slowly going to go ahead and add some money, but not really all that much. And just like that. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys to my variable income page where I show you guys my business expenses. So I did put a 0 right there as my variance because I put the estimated and actual amount the same. So these were my sources of variable income for this month. As you guys know, YouTube, share sale, and my commission check for my last employer. I think I talked all about this in my last weekly check-in. But this is how it ends up looking like. So let me just go ahead and take a look. So I think I showed you guys up to the envelope bags. The last 2 transactions that I did make was for Tombow USA, which was for their VIP subscription box. I am literally in love with that subscription box, and I do plan on using it for my whole memory keeping thing that I want to go ahead and do. So if you guys would like to see a video on how I'm going to go ahead and memory keep, especially for my trip in Peru, go ahead and let me know. Then the last thing that I did get was the Rose Quartz VP pen from Villa Beautiful. And oh my god, guys, I don't have the pen with me, but I will go ahead and haul it if you guys would like to see it. It is super, super beautiful. So that was $13.25 after tax and shipping and all of that. So that's basically all of my expenses for my variable income. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to the budget page. So this is what my budget page is looking like, and as you guys can see, I have all of my fixed expenses on this side and my variable expenses on this side, which I actually changed for February, didn't I? I did. I put my variable and then I fixed, yes. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start with my actuals. Now, let's see. Now I know for my phone, I did pay a little bit more than I was anticipating. I budgeted $130, and I actually came out to $135.22, as you guys can see. So that was over budget by $5.22. I'm going to put -$5.22. Next, for my food, I was under, which is a really great thing, actually. As we saw in my last page, I was actually under, so by $24.64. So instead of $140, I actually spent only $115.36, which is great. So $115.36. Now I don't know how I'm going to do for February. If you guys have seen my February budget now, you guys know that I am starting to use cash envelopes, and I'm making a separate cash envelope for groceries as well as for eating out. So we will see how that goes. But I was under. Next, I do have my gas, and for that I was under by $1.76. So that means that I only spent $78.24. Then for shopping, like I mentioned, I was under also by $3.37. So that means that I only spent $76.63. I'm over here saying I only spent like I have like $30 left. Like I only have $3. But you know, every dollar counts, so that's okay. And then for my nails, I did make a whole category for that, but I didn't weekly check it just because it was a one-time expense. So I do have it in my monthly tracker as an other category, as you guys can see. So that was actually $35 after tip. So I'm going to go ahead and check this off and put $35. So put and that means I was under by $5, which was great. And then now for my unbudgeted, as you guys saw, I actually spent $110, so I didn't budget for any of that just because I already explained myself. But yeah, I'm not going to go ahead and really be so hard on myself because it was something that my car definitely needed, and it's not like I'm just over here like shopping and stuff. So I'm okay about that expense when it comes to that. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that I was over by 110, and that just ruined my whole under sections, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add up all of my actuals. So let's do that. 135.22 plus 115.36 plus 78.24, 76.63, 35, and 1. Sorry. And I saw somewhere how to erase that. Oh my god, guys. That was like mind-blowing to me. Okay, so my actual total expenses, variable expenses, was $550 with 45 cents. So I'm just gonna go ahead and double check by adding up all the variances. So I'm going to go ahead and add all the unders first. So 24.64 plus 176 plus 3.37 plus 5, and then subtract the overs. So it's 80.45. So 80.45 plus 550.45 equals 470, and that's how you do math, okay? Okay, now I want to know what the answer was. Okay, I totally forgot. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go back to the number by doing this. So I was over by 80.45. So that is my variance. Oh, actually, I should have done that in red, actually. See, this is why I should have that correction tape. I actually bought some because, as you guys know, I don't have any, and I usually use a white gel pen, which really doesn't do the job. So I actually bought some, but you guys will see. I will show you guys what I bought, and you guys are going to be like, really, Romina? Really? And I'm just going to be like, it was cheaper, I promise. So yeah, that's what I have for that. So now I'm going to go ahead and just add my fixed expenses with my variable expenses. As you guys know, I don't give out my income, but at the end of when this video is over, I'm going to go ahead and add both my hourly and my variable. Of course, after I subtract all of my expenses for my variable income, I'm going to go ahead and bring it over here to the actual variable, add these up, put them right here, subtract them from my expenses, and whatever is left, I'm going to go ahead and put it here as total savings. Some of that I am going to be using towards that, and some of it I am just going to go ahead and save, just so I can have a little bit of cushion for the next couple of months. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So I'm going to put my actual expenses. Well, I have them right here. So for fixed, it is the same exact thing. So it's $701.93. And for variable expenses, as you guys saw, it is actually $550.45. So adding those up, just so you guys can have sort of like a visual, my total expenses for the month of January was $1,252.38. Now that is a pretty high amount considering most of my past expenses have been a little bit over 1,000. So I will see how I do with my income. I haven't really done everything, especially for my variable income. So yeah, that is pretty much all that I have to show you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this talk through results budget. If you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and comment them down below. I am going to be doing, as always, weekly check-ins for the month of February. So if you guys have not checked out my February monthly budget, go ahead and do so, as well as my cash envelopes video. I am starting to use cash envelopes, and I am super excited to start this journey. So go ahead and check those videos out. That's pretty much all that I have to say. I really am super happy that I got to utilize all of my pages in my deluxe monthly. I think last month I didn't end up doing anything for the last page, but this month I did utilize every single page, as you guys can see, and I'm super happy about that. I'm actually going to be doing a whole debt tracker, an updated debt tracker for the month of February. So if you guys like this video, I know a lot of you guys did, go ahead and be on the lookout for that. I just love using all the pages. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. As always, I will have everything that I use in this video linked down below, as well as a referral link for you guys to get $10 off your first Erin Condren purchase, and a couple of affiliate links. All of the links that I do provide for Erin Condren, I do want to go ahead and mention that they are affiliate links. I always talk about that, and I'm super open about that with you guys. So if you guys were to click on those or any of those links and purchase anything, that would just give me and my channel a little bit of kickback, and that just helps with just bringing new videos for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.